She can't stop thinking about you when you're not there. What if I told you that your silence, your calm, your peaceful absence is more powerful than 1,000 love songs or sweet texts? Sounds crazy, right? But it's true. Ignoring her, not out of hate, not out of ego, but from pure strength, is the most addictive move you can make. Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed that when you chase her, when you try to be good enough, she starts slipping away? You send the good morning texts, you make plans, you give gifts, you show love, and still, she pulls back. She acts cold. She even starts testing you. You wonder, what am I doing wrong? Here's the truth nobody tells you. The more you chase, the more she runs. The more you give, the more she expects. The more you prove yourself, the more she doubts your worth. Why? Because when you chase, you signal something deep. That you don't see yourself as the prize. That you're trying to earn her. That your world revolves around her. But guess what? She doesn't want to be your whole world. She wants to join a world that's already alive, already rich, full, exciting. A world that doesn't stop spinning when she walks out of the room. This is why your calm absence is more powerful than any pickup line. It creates mystery. It creates space. And that space, that's where attraction grows. It's not about being mean. It's not about playing games. It's not even about ignoring in a cruel way. It's about choosing your life first, your mission, your peace, your purpose. And when she sees that, she feels it. She thinks about it. And suddenly, she's the one chasing you. Because now, she sees your value. Now she wonders what you're doing. Now she misses your presence, not because you begged for attention, but because you were brave enough to walk away and stay focused. This is the power of Stoic detachment. This is the fire of inner freedom. This is the energy of a man who knows he is enough, with or without her. And that, my friend, is irresistible. The magic of mystery. Why distance pulls her closer. Have you ever noticed how a wrapped gift feels more exciting than one you can already see? It's the mystery, the curiosity, the tension. And guess what? You're the gift, but only if you stay wrapped in your purpose. Here's the secret nobody talks about. Women don't fall for the man who's always around. They fall for the man who makes them wonder. Where is he today? Why hasn't he texted? Is he thinking about me? Or is he too busy living? That wondering, that spark of what if, that's what builds addiction. Because here's the truth. Presence is comforting, but absence is powerful. When you disappear, not in anger, not in pettiness, but in peace, you create a void. And that void, it whispers in her ear. It dances through her thoughts. It makes her remember things about you she ignored before. That laugh, that calm energy, the way you made her feel safe, even without trying. This space, this breathing room, activates her imagination. And imagination is where obsession begins. See, when you're always there, texting, calling, checking in, she doesn't have to imagine anything. She already knows what you're doing. She already feels in control, and control is the enemy of mystery. But when you pull your energy inward, when you go live your life, not pretending, but truly focused on you, you flip the dynamic completely. Now she's the one leaning forward. Now she's the one checking her phone. Now she's the one wondering, Did I lose him? Because here's the wild part. Women aren't addicted to you. They're addicted to how you make them feel. And mystery makes them feel alive. So don't give your energy away like free samples. Hold it close. Let her earn your time. Let her feel the beauty of missing you. Because when you stop trying to prove yourself, that's when she starts trying to prove herself to you. And that's not manipulation. That's nature. Attraction breathes in space. It dies in suffocation. So the next time you feel the urge to reach out, to explain, to chase, stop, breathe, wait. Let silence do the talking, and let her curiosity do the chasing. The next chapter will reveal the inner shift you must make to hold this power long term. Because this isn't just about her. It's about you becoming a man of depth, calm, and unshakable purpose. Let's build that next. She doesn't want a puppet. She craves a pillar. Hold on tight. This one might shake you a little. Have you ever felt like no matter how much you give, it's never enough? You call, you show up, you compliment her, you bend over backwards trying to make her happy, and still, she pulls away, she goes cold, she even seems annoyed sometimes. Yeah, it stings. But here's the truth you were never told. Women don't want a man who revolves around them. They want a man who stands without them. Let that hit for a second. You see, when you're constantly trying to prove yourself, trying to be nice, available, supportive, what you're really doing is this. You're handing her the remote control to your self-worth. And she can feel it. She can feel that your mood depends on her replies. She can feel that your energy rises and falls with her attention. She can feel that you've made her your purpose. And that, my friend, is the moment attraction dies. Not because she's ungrateful, not because she's heartless, but because you stopped being the man she was drawn to in the first place. Think about it. When she met you, you had your own vibe, your own goals, your own peace. You weren't chasing, you weren't begging, you were just you. Calm, centered, complete. But slowly, maybe without noticing, you shifted. You made her the center of your world, and she started to feel it. Now, instead of a strong, grounded man, she sees a leaf in the wind, floating wherever her mood blows. And here's the wild part. Women test your strength without even realizing it. They say things that challenge you. They pull back just to see what you'll do. They act moody just to see if you'll wobble. Not because they're evil, but because deep down, they need to know. Can this man handle life? Or does he fall apart when I change my tone? You want to be magnetic? Be the pillar when she gets distant. Don't panic when she says something sharp. Stay calm. When she tests your limits, hold the line. Lovingly, firmly. You're not her puppet. You're not her emotional support animal. You're the fire in your own chest. And if she wants to be near the warmth, she's welcome. But if not, the fire still burns. So stop chasing her smile. Start protecting your peace. That's the man she'll respect. That's the man she'll crave. And that's the man who never loses himself again. Your silence screams louder than words ever could. What if I told you the quietest move you can make is also the most powerful? Yep, you heard that right. Not a long text, not a deep talk, not a clever comeback. Just silence. See, most guys, when they feel a woman pulling away, they start to panic. They try harder, talk more, explain themselves. Wait, let me fix this. Let me show you I care. But here's the twist. The more noise you make, the less power you hold. Silence, on the other hand, creates gravity. It makes her wonder, why isn't he reacting? Why didn't he chase? What is he thinking? And that wondering? That's the spark of attraction waking back up. Let me ask you this. What's more attractive? Someone who needs you to feel okay, or someone who's perfectly fine, whether you're there or not? Exactly. That's why silence is addictive. It shows emotional control. It shows self-worth. It shows that you don't need to speak to prove your value. Now, don't get it twisted. This isn't about punishment or being cold. This isn't the silent treatment. This is calm detachment. This is self-respect in action. You're not avoiding her. You're not sulking. You're just choosing peace over performance. You're letting your absence speak. Because sometimes the best reply to a test, to a tantrum, or to a trap is no reply at all. That silence, it's powerful. It says, I don't need to defend myself. I know who I am. I don't argue for connection. I attract it. You don't have to prove your worth to anyone. You are the worth, and when you realize that, you'll stop trying to talk your way into her heart. You'll let her come to you. If she sees your value, she will. If not, someone else will. Simple. So next time she goes quiet to test your stability, you don't chase. You don't explain. You don't beg. You breathe. You go silent, not to win, but to protect your power. Because in that silence, you're not being weak. You're being stoic. And trust me, nothing pulls her curiosity and desire back faster than a man who can stand still while the world spins. Mystery isn't a game. It's your greatest weapon. Ever wonder why some men drive women wild, even when they barely say a word? It's not looks. It's not money. It's not smooth talk. It's mystery. And guess what? You don't need to fake it. You don't need to act cold or distant. Real mystery isn't about being confusing. It's about being full of something she can't quite figure out. Like, where is he going? What's he thinking? What's behind that calm stare? You become the puzzle she wants to solve. And here's the secret. Mystery is born when you stop oversharing. Too many men spill everything up front. They reveal their whole life story in one breath. They explain their plans, their feelings, their fears, everything. And guess what? It kills the tension. It makes her feel like she's already seen the movie. No need to watch the rest. But when you live with purpose, when you keep your focus on your mission, you naturally say less. You don't explain every move. You let her experience you, not just hear about you. She starts leaning in. She starts wondering, and that wondering becomes craving. Every time you chase, you lose this powerful energy. You ever feel drained after texting her too much? Ever catch yourself checking your phone, waiting, hoping? Yeah, that feeling isn't love. That's leakage. Not physical, but energetic. Your masculine energy, your fire, is leaking out. And here's the harsh truth. Every time you chase, every time you try to win her over, every time you wait around for her response, you're giving away your power, piece by piece. And guess who feels that? She does. Women are unbelievably intuitive. They don't just hear your words. They sense your energy. They can feel when you're needy, when you're off balance, when your center is shaking. And guess what happens next? She pulls away. Because women aren't drawn to weakness. They're drawn to strength they can trust. But chasing makes you look like a boy begging for candy, not a man owning his path. So what's the antidote? You redirect, you protect your flame. Instead of obsessing over her texts, you dive into your mission. Instead of reacting to her moods, you hold your ground. Instead of trying to prove your worth, you live like you already know it. Think about this. Imagine a king walking through his castle. Would he sprint after a woman who's unsure? Would he beg for her to notice him? Number? Because he knows who he is. He knows his value. He doesn't need to chase. He simply chooses who may enter his world. That's the power shift. That's what ignoring the right way actually means. Not silence out of spite, not absence out of fear, but presence in your own kingdom. A calm man, a focused man, a man who doesn't trade his energy for crumbs. Because your energy, it's sacred. It builds your business. It fuels your workouts. It sharpens your mind. It attracts better people. But when you waste it chasing someone who's unsure, you burn the fire meant to light up your life, just to keep someone else warm. No more. From this moment on, remember, your attention is a gift, and not everyone deserves it. So don't chase, don't beg. Don't wait, building, and let her feel the storm of your silence. Because the man who walks away to build is always more powerful than the one who stays to beg. Her mind goes wild when you stay calm. Boom. Her voice just snapped at you. Her mood flipped like a switch. Again. 1 minute she's sweet. The next, she's testing you, pushing buttons, raising eyebrows, stirring chaos. What do? Most guys, they freak out. They argue. They try to fix it. They get emotional. Big mistake. Because here's the shocking truth. She's not mad. She's not confused. She's not even testing your facts. She's testing your center. She wants to know, can he handle me? Can you stay solid when the storm hits? Can you stay calm when she's not? That's the real test. And when you stay composed, when your emotions stay cool, strong, and still like a mountain, she feels safe. And listen closely. This part is huge. Safety is what makes a woman fall in love. Not money, not muscles, not even the words you say. It's how she feels when she's around you. And the number one feeling women crave? Emotional safety. That doesn't mean being boring. It means being unshakable. Because if she knows you can't handle her chaos, she won't trust you with her heart. But if she sees you hold your ground, if she sees you breathe, stay focused, and respond like a man, her brain lights up with one powerful thought. He's the real deal. Let me tell you a secret most guys never hear. When you don't react, when you don't rise to the bait, when you just observe, breathe, and respond like a king, you stop being a boy she can toy with, and you become a man she respects, admires, and desires deeply. Detachment here isn't about ignoring her feelings. It's about not letting them control yours. Emotional mastery isn't pretending not to care. It's knowing you do care, but you're not controlled by chaos. You are the eye of the storm. Still, calm, present, and that stillness, that's what she can melt into. Because in a world full of weak men who break, shout, or beg when tested, you become the rare one, the grounded one, the one she dreams about after she walks away. So next time she throws emotional sparks at you, don't flinch, don't fight, just smile. Because when you stay calm, she gets addicted to your peace. Purpose is the magnet she can't resist. Let's cut straight to the truth. You could be handsome. You could have money. You could say all the right things. But if you don't have purpose, she'll lose interest faster than you can say good morning. Why? Because women are drawn, no, pulled toward a man who knows where he's going. A man who wakes up every day with fire in his chest, with a mission to build, create, lead, and leave a mark on this world. She doesn't want to be your purpose. She wants to walk beside you as you chase your real one. Here's the wild part. If a woman feels like she's the center of your universe, if your whole life starts revolving around her, if you drop your goals, your grind, and your growth just to be closer, she won't feel special. She'll feel suffocated. Because when you orbit around her, you stop being a force, and you start being a fan. And that's when her attraction dies quietly. But if you're chasing something big, if your life has meaning and you protect it fiercely, you become rare. You become dangerous. You become the kind of man she can't forget. Here's what most guys don't get. Absence that comes from purpose feels powerful. It's not pulling back. It's not a tactic. It's not about playing cold. It's you being busy, building yourself, sharpening your sword, expanding your world. And that distance, it builds curiosity. It builds longing. It builds respect. Let me give you a quick visual. Imagine a lion. Does the lion chase? Beg? Sit by the phone? Number. He hunts. He protects. He leads. He's out in the wild, doing lion things. And what happens? The lioness follows his energy. Not because he asked, but because he's rooted in who he is. Same with you. You don't need to be mean. You don't need to ignore texts on purpose. You don't need to act busy. You need to be busy, on your grind, in your zone. Purpose makes your time sacred. Purpose makes your silence powerful. Purpose makes her chase you. Because the man who owns his mission can't be owned by anyone else. And that's the most addictive energy in the world. The scarcity switch. Why she wants what she can't always have. Okay, pause for a second. Let me ask you something real. Why do diamonds cost more than rocks? Why is a Ferrari more desirable than a Honda? Why does the limited edition always sell out first? Simple. Because rare things feel more valuable. And guess what? You are no different. If you're always around, always texting back instantly, always available whenever she calls, you're no longer rare. You're common, predictable, forgettable. And trust me, no woman chases what's easy to reach. Let me drop a truth bomb on you. The more she sees you, the less she feels you. Why? Because attraction feeds on mystery, on curiosity, on the unknown. Think of it like this. Imagine your favorite song, the one you absolutely love. Now imagine playing it 200 times in a row, every single hour. Would you still feel that same thrill by the end of the day? Nope. Because when something's always there, our brain stops valuing it. Scarcity makes the heart race. Abundance, it makes the brain bored. Now here's the key, and don't miss this. You don't need to disappear. You don't need to ghost her. You don't even need to play games. You just need to have a full life. Let her wonder what you're up to. Let her imagine who you're becoming. Let her feel your absence, just enough to remember your presence. Scarcity isn't about being cold. It's about being selective. Selective with your time, your energy, your presence. And when you are, your value skyrockets. Your name lingers in her head. Your vibe sticks to her skin like a scent she can't wash off. Here's the part that flips the script. She starts chasing. She starts investing. She starts wondering, why is he so calm, so confident, so unavailable? Because she realizes you're not just a man. You're a prize. And prizes don't beg to be chosen. They let themselves be earned. So go be rare. Go be hard to reach. Go be the man she misses more than she expected. Because the moment she feels she could lose you is the moment she'll fight to keep you. Ready for the final piece. Next chapter is the grand finale, where we reveal how to master your confidence from the inside out, so she's magnetized by your presence before you ever say a word. The confidence code, how inner power makes you unstoppable. Hold on tight. This is where everything comes together. Because here's the deal. Attraction isn't about flashy cars, big muscles, or fancy clothes. It's not about what you show on the outside. Real attraction? It's built from deep, unshakable confidence, the kind that comes from inside you. So what's the secret? How do you unlock this kind of power? It starts with one thing: knowing your worth without asking anyone else. Think about it like this. Have you ever seen someone who just glows? Who walks into a room and commands attention, not by yelling, but by simply being? That vibe, that's true confidence. And guess what? You can have it too. But it's not about faking it. It's about becoming it. Confidence grows from competence, mastering your skills, your work, your life, self-approval, being your own biggest fan, not waiting for her or anyone else to approve you. Emotional calmness, owning your feelings without letting them run wild. When you combine those, you become like a rock in a storm, unmovable, steady, powerful. Here's why that's addictive. Because women don't just want a man who can talk the talk. They want the man who walks it. The man who doesn't crumble when things get tough. The man who smiles calmly, even when the world throws chaos. This kind of calm confidence, it's magnetic, it's rare, it makes her feel safe, and that's what she really wants.